Douglas Cooling and Heating, serving the Birmingham area for 38 years. 988-3706. That's Douglas.
I'm James Spann. This is the morning edition of the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Thursday, the 3rd of February. Man, we've got all kind of potential winter weather mischief in the next 7 to 10 days. A lot to talk about and a challenging forecast. So let's get in there and talk about it. We'll start with the Skycam network. First off, let's go way down south to Daphne. That's on the eastern shore of Mobile Bay in Baldwin County. And by golly, they are under a winter weather advisory this morning for potential of a little sleet or freezing rain. Things look pretty calm down there now. I believe that's U.S. 98, the main thoroughfare there through town. Kind of work our way north. That's the Selma Skycam. Had some reports of light freezing rain along that U.S. 80 corridor. That's the Edmund Pettus Bridge crossing the Alabama River. And up this way, no issues. That's the Inverness Skycam overlooking Highway 280, where some brave souls are out there at the ridiculous hour of 5:01 a.m. Boy, that is just a pattern fraught with danger for weather forecasters. A very strong upper trough, southwest flow aloft, and very shallow cold air at the surface. And it's cold. Everybody in the 20s up on this end of the state, except Haleyville. They've got 19 up in Winston County. And down south, the Montgomery Airport's got 33, but we've had reports of some freezing rain in Montgomery with a little light glaze of ice because of this little band of rain that's sitting over them. Light precipitation is falling there from Camden to Montgomery to Auburn and Opelika. And we've had no reports of any travel problems or anything like that. The Weather Service has checked with law enforcement down there. And we think that's going to stay south of us during the day today. Around here, it's just going to be cloudy and cold. But with that big trough lifting out, you bet we've got some problems to the south and west. Winter storm watches and warnings all the way from Brownsville and McAllen, Texas, up to Houston and Lake Charles and Monroe and Jackson, Meridian, Columbus, and Mobile. And there are no advisories up here at this point. This is the ice outlook from 6 o'clock this morning until 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. And this is the probability of at least a quarter inch of ice. And that is a lot. I mean, a tenth of an inch of ice is a big problem. But the heaviest icing should be in that region, Baton Rouge, Jackson, places like that. And again, there's no doubt there could be some freezing rain up this way in parts of the state. And defining that's going to be pretty problematic. There's the QPF chart, overall precipitation for the next 5 days. This is valid through Monday evening at 6 o'clock, and those are some big numbers. I mean, imagine if all that came down with temperatures below 32. That'd be a disaster. It's not going to happen that way, thank goodness. Got the bullseye really near Macon, Georgia, of 3 inches. And for the snow now, understand, we're talking, if we're going to have any wintry weather here, tonight or tomorrow morning, it's going to be sleet or freezing rain. If you want snow, you got to go west. Areas just southeast of Dallas-Fort Worth, out there in the piney woods of East Texas, around Lufkin. Potential out there for maybe some 4 to 6 inch snows in spots, those darker shades of blue. Snow up through Shreveport, Louisiana, up into Arkansas, around Memphis. They might pick up a couple of inches of snow. So that's the main snow belt with this thing, and that's the accumulated snow through 72 hours. We'll look at the GFS. This is at noon today, and there's your deal. The deep trough just west of El Paso. And by the way, before we look at that, let me show you the temperatures around the nation just to show you how cold it is. 19 below zero in the core of that cold air, and that's just amazing. Colorado and New Mexico and West Texas, it is brutally cold. Looks like it's below zero in Chicago with the big snowpack, below zero in all up and down that area where the big snow came down. All right, now back to the GFS. There's the trough west of El Paso, southwest flow aloft, and let's just use the RPM. It has done so well this season. It is a mesoscale model that I think will be best handled to tell the story. This is at 12 noon today, and it shows maybe some freezing rain down there over southwest Alabama. Nothing here. All of that should stay south. 6 o'clock this evening, just a very slow progression north, and that's mostly rain. Up to US 80, maybe a little farther north, maybe as far north as Billingsley and Lafayette. We'll go to midnight tonight. That's when this thing really starts to crank up west of us with the upper support coming in. Look at the snow over South and East Texas. Freezing rain to the east of that snow area, and freezing rain develops over Mississippi. All right, let's go to 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. And that's when it could be problematic for areas to the north and west of the Birmingham metro. And again, this is modeling. This is not the gospel. The weather's going to do what it's going to do, but this is a guideline. And it has the better chance of freezing rain at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, generally along and north of Interstate 59. And again, northwest Alabama is going to be the greatest concern, but certainly there could be some icing issues in northeast Alabama based on that. So for Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, and Gadsden, Anniston, it's a very close call, but there certainly looks like there could be some freezing rain and some bridge icing in places like Fayette and Hamilton and Cullman and Russellville and Vernon and Haleyville, and maybe some for Gadsden and Fort Payne. So our advice tomorrow morning, even for the bigger cities in our market, Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Anniston, Gadsden, get up early, check the weather and road conditions before you go, because there could very well be some nasty bridge icing there. Then at noon, it's all rain, and it's going to be a miserable, cold, wet day. We'll kind of sit in the mid-30s all day with rain falling. And again, the winter weather issues are still off to the west, where the cold air is more entrenched. Take a look at Saturday. Let's go to Saturday morning, all right? This is after the rain moves out, Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. And look what comes through here on the backside of this whole thing. That cold air aloft finally changes the precipitation to light snow. So we're going to mention the chance of some light snow, maybe late Friday night or Saturday morning. For now, it does not look like a big accumulation deal. There might be enough to get the ground white in spots, kind of a dusting. But again, we don't think that's going to be a big problem. And then Saturday evening at 6 o'clock, it's all gone. So that's your walk through the event. And again, we'll fine-tune that as we get closer. Go to Sunday, it's everything is calm, and that should be certainly the warmest day over the weekend. Saturday will be a cold day. Sunday, we got a crack at making the low 50s, partly sunny. So there you go. All right, now next week, another can of worms coming in here. This is Monday, and you can see troughing again, deepening over the east, and some colder air moves in here on Monday. But the real cold stuff holds off a little bit. That'll drop us in the 40s. And Tuesday, the trough deepens slightly, and this is going to drop highs in the 30s. The GFS is showing a high of 39. And really no significant rain or snow here with this first intrusion of cold air. Wednesday, the cold air gets deeper, and here comes an impulse to the west. That's a 1,044 millibar high. Wednesday night, a little snow look for maybe parts of central Alabama. And then Thursday, it's gone, and it turns really cold. That would be the coldest air perhaps so far this season. Highs only in the 20s, if that's right. Now look at Thursday on the European. Oh, boy. That is a well-developed winter storm for pretty good chunk of Alabama if this happens to be correct, with good snow potential there. And we're a week away, and goodness gracious, it's hard enough handling with this situation tomorrow and Saturday, and we'll focus on this over the weekend. So we're just saying that the idea is now on the table. Let's check the end of the forecast on the 18th. Look at that trough coming in here, and look at that, another potential setup for some winter weather mischief. And again, I really do think the pattern eases up over the latter half of the month where it's warmer and not going to have these winter storm threats every 2 or 3 days. But boy, things look awfully interesting between now and then. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog. The next video here by 3:30 or so today. And if you're local to us, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 in Birmingham at 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.
Each day there are new stories to tell about the people who live here and the place we call home.
All of the faces that I see, all of the places close to me, they're all part of all the best things about home.
sharing your stories on ABC 3340, Alabama's news leader.